There's a little bit of controversy about that podcast because you didn't. Oh. Do you know about this?
No, what?
Because in D.C., this interview happened in D.C.
Yeah.
In a hotel.
Yeah, not in a hotel. It was like a random house. It
was like random house. But apparently, you can tell me, they spent, meaning the Harris campaign spent like $100,000.
I did see that.
You know about this?
It's hilarious.
To build the studio.
Yeah, that's not true.
Not true. To make it look like it was the studio that you used in LA.
My studio that is gorgeous in Los Angeles doesn't even cost six figures. So I don't know how cardboard walls could cost six figures, but.
But do you think they did that? I mean, you saw it.
Absolutely not. With love to them. Oh my God, it was gorgeous, but like, it wasn't that nice. It wasn't like gorgeous marble. Like, no, that was not six figures.
There's a little bit of controversy about.
That was the statement from the Call Her Daddy podcast, hosting the Kamala Harris podcast before the election night. She was blowing $100K on a fake set for this podcast. She basically lost tons of money. Her campaign is now in debt, and she's getting backlash from all over the place for a podcast that did not even reach 1 million views. This is a huge story. And people are saying that it turns out that the Kamala campaign was just one big money laundering operation. I wonder how the donors feel, and I can't totally understand. Let's hear what PewDiePie has to say about this. It's kind of funny.
But now, podcast is becoming more of it's affecting society, politics. I don't know if you saw the man went on Joe Rogan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and this got 51 million views.
Jesus.
It's crazy. I assume you didn't watch it.
No, I didn't.
It's funny to me because the other one, Kamala, she had a podcast as well. She's like, oh, you went Joe Rogan? Well, I'm going to go on the Feminine podcast. And it didn't even break 1 million.
Oh. Call her daddy. Nice.
Yeah, that's the biggest female podcast apparently. Didn't break 1 million. How the f did that happen? Yeah. Well, apparently, I don't know if this is true, but apparently she didn't want to go to her set, so they rebuilt a set where she.
Yeah.
Do you heard about this?
I heard this. Yeah.
I don't know if it's true, but apparently it cost $100,000 to build this.
They just had to rebuild a set. Yeah.
And they didn't even break 1 million.
How does it cost $100,000 to build this? What is? Come on.
Someone was like, oh yeah, I can do that. It's gonna cost you that.
Oh man, boy, it's gonna go to say she's running for president. Oh,
Well.
That table right there.
As you can see, just a bunch of cardboard in the back on the wall, and the set doesn't look that good. As you can see, it's really bad, and people are not happy about this. They spend that much money on a fake set to not even reach 1 million views. It's kind of sad to see, honestly, to blow that much money on a failed campaign. My opinion is that it shouldn't cost that much to run for president. In a presidential election, you basically need $1 billion to have even a chance to get elected. So either you are already a billionaire and then you already have the money and then you can run for president, or you need $1 billion to raise $1 billion from donors, from supporters. And then once you are in office, you are basically obliged to the donors to tell you what they want because they spend money on you, and a ton of money on you. And if you don't, they're gonna make your life horrible, basically. People wonder how Kamala campaign blew through 1 billion. They stole money from poor donors and launched it to the rich. Cardboard walls for 100K. Purchasing art is a great way to launder money. Invoice fraud is another great way to launder money. People are calling for fraud. People are saying Kamala is a fraud. She spent too much money on her failed campaign. She didn't even get elected. She wasted money. She is now 20 million in debt, reportedly. It's very sad to see, in my opinion. Kamala, pay more, live worse. There's plenty of meme on the internet about this. Everything about her campaign was embarrassing. She set female politicians back years. Watching the interview, it was half convinced the coffee table was AI. It was probably a cardboard box covered in marble pattern contact paper. That's insane that they spent so much money on this. On this face sale, this podcast wasn't even that good. She didn't even reach 1 million views. She failed her campaign ultimately. People ultimately elected for Trump in office. It was basically wasted money. It's sad to see that much money burned to the ground. And people are quitting the Democrats. They are leaving the Democratic Party. They are calling Kamala Harris a fraud, a waste of money. She did very poor management of her campaign. The Trump campaign was much, much better, unfortunately. And if the Democrats wants to be elected once again in 2028, they have to do better. They have to analyze what went wrong and do much, much better next time around if they want to have a chance to be elected once again. We will see what happened and cover it all on this channel. Thanks for watching and staying with me to the end. Click right there to watch the next video and I will see you there. Bye bye.